Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Today, joining me on the show is David from Mayfairs. David, how the devil are you, sir?
I'm brilliant. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a bit of a mixed weather out there at the moment.
Yeah, it can't really make its mind up really, whether it's going to be sunshine or rain or... Well, not had snow yet.
Well, that's true. Snow. We've had a few close ones, but not snow. Mind you, you go to Chiang Mai, they have frost up there. I couldn't believe it. They actually have frost up there. Yeah, not believed. So, so right now, then, at the moment, we're in a bit of a dry patch, which is good. There's no rain, which is always a bonus.
Hot.
And we're here in Mayfairs, which if you don't know where Mayfairs, have a look on the map now. You'll see exactly where we are in the description. We're going to talk a lot more about David's business here. It's live music, band, girls, everything. It's a great place to come and chill out and enjoy an evening. But before we get into that, let's find out a bit about you, shall we?
Well, how long you got?
Oh, about 3 minutes.
I'll try and keep it short. Me, originally I'm from Leicester. I'm a Leicester lad, born and bred, but since I think I was 20, I moved up north.
Yeah.
Worked in Sheffield, Chesterfield, Leeds, and then I never went back actually. And then pretty much most of my time has been in retail. I was always in retail. I worked for KASITHBK.
Oh, nice.
Now that was quite a good...
Posh lad, eh? Posh lad.
Oh, I wish. These days, blimey. But
did you get any company gear?
Yeah, I mean, you used to get like 60-70% off.
Did you?
So you get like an endurance suit for like 20-30 quid because they were doing them obviously really cheap then. But nowadays, too much money. But just before that, I missed that out, and it'll help Ian actually. I used to play golf for a living. I was a PGA pro.
Oh, wow.
I turned pro when I was 15. I was off +2.
Nice.
So I was useful, but for 25 years, I've not really touched the club. Yeah.
I'm in the trees, mate. I'm in the trees.
I know. You've talked about it before. I've listened to you.
I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless. I really am.
It's quite funny you hearing about it. And you're an Arsenal supporter, and I'm a Chelsea supporter. But
should we talk about the recent game?
No. Let's not talk about friendlies. They don't count.
Oh, you see that?
4-0 friendlies. They don't count.
Oh, you see, the old ones are the best ones.
But yeah, I did that for 4 years. Got pretty bored, to be honest. And then I used to shop at KASITHBK, and they had a sign in the window in Nottingham on Bridlesmith Gate, and just got an interview. £4.10. That was what it was for the hour minimum wage back then.
Yeah.
And
so
I remember
you were a golf pro and you were bored.
Yeah. Well, you see, when you're 19 and 17, 18, 19, you're discovering girls, cars, and the thing for me is that when you play golf at that level, you're teeing off dead early.
Yeah.
You know, you're travelling wherever around the PJ Midlands, on the Belfry, wherever, and if you're getting in when you see the milkmans going around, because you've been out all night,
it's not good.
It's not sustainable. I mean, I was 10 or 15 shots off the best in the world, and that's how it is golf. You know, it's a different elite. How these players can go from one course to another and just still shoot 15, 20 under. Yeah. You know, you need the local knowledge.
Yeah.
So yes, I knew I couldn't do that for a long time. Teaching, I love teaching, but I couldn't do it from a playing point of view, and that's what I wanted to do. Just fell into retail, fell into management quite quickly. I joined Game. I was at Phones for You before they went bust. I was at Game before they went bust. The good old Game, yeah.
So everywhere you go, they get bust.
Yeah, they go bust. It's quite a bit worrying, isn't it?
That concludes today's interview, just in case.
But yeah, then I fell into 3 Mobile, which is Hutchinson or CK Hutch, which is A.S. Watson's here in Asia. They've got like the perfume shops, Superdrug. They've got all sorts of pub chains. They own Folkestone Port. They've got all sorts of money. And I did 10 years there, and I went into the property game, construction. So design and build, from concept to delivery. Became a member of RICS, which is obviously Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors.
Okay.
So yeah, fell into property. Then again, 10 years into that, got a bit bored. And a friend of mine happened to sort of see I was going to Dubai quite a lot on holiday, because Dubai was cheaper than going to Spain at the time, because Emirates was so cheap on the flights. Can't say that at the moment, obviously.
They're killing, aren't they? They're
killing everyone. But again, long story short, I managed to get a job as a managing director of a construction company in Qatar. So that was back in 2017, did 3 years there. And again, long story short, when the sort of pandemic happened, everything got cancelled. I was in London at the time, and I was starting a franchise business in London, and on my RP, my residence permit got cancelled. Bear in mind, my wife at the time was still in Qatar, and I couldn't get back.
Oh, okay.
So I had no way of getting back. I had no way of getting back to her. We'd been married 10 years. So we sort of fizzled out, and actually we got divorced 2 years ago.
Right.
And that takes us on to sort of coming to
So that's how you got
Thailand.
here,
Really.
is it?
Yeah. So I've got a business still in London, successful franchising business in central London.
Yeah.
And part of the reason it's Mayfairs is because I lived in Mayfair for a while, and that was sort of where the name came from, really, of the bar.
Okay. You lived in Mayfair?
Yeah, and it rented.
No wonder he's working with Ted Baker. I mean,
no,
you're in Mayfair. That's ka-ching, ka-ching.
It's no Hugo Boss or anything like that.
But ka-ching, ka-ching in Mayfair. I used to go up there try and look at the cars and see what cars were like parked around. You're like, damn, look at these motors.
Oh, I love walking around Mayfair. I mean, it's fantastic. And most of it's Qatari money or Emirates money, but it's a fantastic place to live. But when the tourists came back, because it was a bit like I Am Legend, that Will Smith film. It was just, 10 o'clock at night, you walk down Regent Street or Oxford Street, nobody around.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, it's amazing, because it's just like, I take pictures like Ghost Town, and it's fantastic. But when the tourists came back in April last year, when the retail reopened, then I started getting annoyed with people again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're going to be like that here, but we're going to be like that here. Right now, we're in the lowest of low seasons I've ever experienced in 10 years. And you literally, there's I mean, I say it on the video that it's a good time to come out, and people are misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's busy, it's not busy, but it's still a good time to come out because you've got the pick of the bars.
You've got the pick of everything.
Yeah.
And the thing is, apart from certain areas, I won't name them, but everywhere's open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The central hub, you only have to walk down Walking Street or down LK Metro or Chaiyapoon or down here in Buakhao.
Yeah.
Everywhere's open. And the thing is, yes, the flight price is a little bit much, but you know what? You get the value being here because the hotel prices are still low.
Yeah.
And that's the thing to really watch, because as soon as they go up, then demand is silly. And then we'll all be moaning that I can't get a drink somewhere, it's too busy in my favourite place. I can't sit in my I mean, I've got regulars here who always sit in their favourite place. And I don't mind that. And that's great, you know what I mean? Already we've got the regulars. I mean, we've only had this bar since May. I know we'll talk about that in a bit later on, but I'm a bit of a buckle of the trend because I've done everything backwards. Right. I met a girl, did the 3-day rule, broke the 3-day rule.
At least you're honest.
Straight away. Young Isan girl, fell in love pretty much straight away. And 2.5 years later, we're still together, we're still doing our thing. Still doing our thing in Erdon Dani. And I've actually buckled the trend. I'll talk about more when you want to ask me about the bar as much. But that's a snapshot.
So when did you first come to Thailand?
So it was early. It was early 2020, wasn't it? Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, I'm quite nice. I mean, I first came to my 40th with my wife in Phuket. We did the Phuket thing because that was the place to go, and it's 6 hours from Qatar, so it's quite easy to do. Did a week in one of the Anantaras near the airport, and that was phenomenal. But the thing is, that got me is I went down to Naklua Road on my own, stupidly, and went, wow, the yellow fever type of thing, isn't it? And don't get me wrong, in Qatar and the Middle East and Dubai, you've got a lot of Filipinos and obviously Far East, and you see all Asian ladies, and you're like, you just look amazing.
I know,
You know what I mean? It's just totally different. You talked about it before. Totally different from the Western way. And it's phenomenal to see the difference in this day and age. I just was like, wow, just how courteous, how pleasant. And you don't want to be like 1950s. You don't want that. I don't want a wife to cook and clean. That's not what it's about. It's just having respect both ways. And I find that with Nan. I mean, Nan, I'm the money, yes, but Nan is the running. She runs this. You know what I mean?
You've done really well here.
So I mean, we bought a bar that was already doing well. It just needed to be completely stripped out and started again, which is what we've done. But I've actually buckled a lot of the advice that I've seen yourself and other YouTubers say.
Don't do it.
And you know what I mean? But I'm, dare I say it, smart enough to know to protect myself. I've got a very good lawyer here, a very good agent from all the licensing and obviously all the sort of purchase of the bar to protect me, and I'll happily share that whenever anyone wants to have a pint with me or whatever.
Come and have a chat. If you're looking at buying an establishment here, come and have a chat with your man here, and they will put you on the right line.
It's actually quite interesting. It is quite interesting that you can do a lot of things wrong. I get it, and I'm a sole person. I'm not JV'd or ventured with anyone else. This is all mine. I think sometimes when you partnership, especially with people who you probably meet here, and you've only known them for so long, and I know you've said this before, some people are not what they seem. And that really catches you out. If you've got the money, do it. But if you haven't, don't start getting partnerships too much, because that can be 6 months down the line, someone changed their mind, or their circumstances change, they want to move back to the UK or wherever they're from, or something goes wrong with a girl. That's where the problem is. I mean, the bar just down here.
So when you came out here, when you came out here, what on earth possessed you to do what we're doing right now and sitting in your bar? Because I see you like to buckle the trends, and you've done the 3-day rule, so that's ticked and done. You're in a long-term relationship now, that's ticked and done, and you're in a bar. Why?
You know,
and you've still got a lot of hair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, blimey, I'm losing it.
Hey, come on.
Well, I know there's a little bit there, but that's supporting
bald.
Arsenal. That's supporting Arsenal.
It's not 4-0. But people say I'm bald. I'm not bald. I choose to shave my hair.
It's a life choice, is it?
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a life choice of having got a landing strip in the middle. But
so what made you go into passing?
Yeah, it's weird because I don't have experience in hospitality, but business, and I have to say this, and I've heard all the videos and I see it. People think this industry is really difficult. Well, it's not. And the thing I say it's not is because if you simplify it, at the end of the day, we're providing a service for the consumer. We're getting bottles of beer from a fridge and we're providing it at a price.
Okay.
Now, the bit in between is where people get confused. And a lot of people don't understand that cash flow in the business is so pivotal. If you have to go to the bank every day to change your money, or you have to order drink every day because you're living hand to mouth, then that's where sometimes you are a little bit behind the curve.
Gotcha.
So whatever you buy a bar for, or whatever you purchase something for, you need to have a contingency of 10, 15, maybe 20% of your money. So if you buy something for $1 million, make sure you've got 1.2.
Okay.
You've got a lot of those sort of fees that you don't realise you've got. And you know what I mean? And you guys have probably gone through this with Buzzing and Escape. You know, you've got those things, oh, I've forgotten about that. Yeah. Oh, I need that licence. Oh, I need the signage licence. Oh, I need to pay someone for this. Oh, by the way, we need to go and get a load of glasses and they're 50,000 baht. I need uniform or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets me in business is business can be very simple if you simplify it. And the reason I take that mantra is because when you watch a lot of documentaries about like NASA and some of the sort of pilot guys that you see, and the guys that got there, they all say we try to simplify it. Yeah. But outside it's very complex. It is very complex in that world.
I'm glad you told me that because I won't be watching any NASA documentaries. Bloody hell.
No, but you know,
I don't even know what it stands for.
I mean, I've got obviously experience of running a company in the Middle East, which has got the same setup, the 51-49.
Okay.
The local has to have 51%, whereas the foreigner Falang has to have the 49%. Now you can split that up a little bit here, it's a bit different because it's just paper exercise. However, you've got a good lawyer, you know how to do that. It's like buying land, buying property. You've got a good lawyer, they know how to protect you.
Question I want to ask you. So you obviously been successful in business in England, you've been successful in business abroad, you're now here. What's been your biggest challenge?
You know, the biggest challenge, like any business, is customer and people, like staff.
Yeah, staff.
You know, the business is going to be easy. You know, we're quite good with the fact. I mean, Nan has come from the background of the go-go scene. Although she's been here only 3 years, she's got a good network of friends. Yeah. And friends she's employed from Udon Thani or Bandung, where she's from. Yeah. You know, we don't have a mama san. We might get one, but don't need one yet.
Gotcha.
Thai time, to a degree, it's there. And for those who don't know what Thai time is, if something means come at 10 o'clock, it might be 10:59 when they turn up. But ultimately, that's not a massive issue here. Yeah. But I've got to be honest, I haven't really seen the trial and tribulations that a lot of people have reported.
Okay, well that's good.
You know, and I think that's down to planning and execution, because the planning is 80-90% of your business. The execution, like I said, bottle of beer goes to the customer, take it away, get another one. That execution is quite simple in a retail environment.
Sure. What's been the most enjoyable part?
To me, it's like seeing people happy. I mean, we've bought a live band bar. We've changed the band. 2 of the members left and they moved to the new, the guys that have moved out of here. Yeah. They've moved up further down the end of Soi Buakhao. And that was fine because my feedback was the singer has been 6-7 years singing the same songs. So we got.
What, you mean Hotel California?
Hotel California, yeah. You got a few of Zombie and a few of those. I don't know why they love Zombie.
You can't walk 500 yards here without hearing Hotel California.
Oh no, yeah. Some of it badly, but we got a very good connection with Rolling Live on Soi 8.
Oh yeah, great bands, yeah.
It's called Stonehouse on Walking Street, and we sort of pinched one of their singers, and she's amazing. She's a lot younger, a lot fresher, got new songs, got a new drummer, bought a new drum kit, invested quite heavily in the sound system because all the sound systems in the corner, so you couldn't have a conversation in one area of the bar. You had to be far out of the way, you know, like when me and you were sat down with a beer the other day. You need to be out of the way. So, you know, if you've got a little bit of savviness about you and you use the expertise around you, the rest is easy. Do you know what I mean? Don't do it all yourself. You might pay a little bit extra to an agent to make sure you've got all the licensing, because you don't want the boys in brown in every 5 minutes, do you? You know, you want to protect yourself. You know, get the right visa, get the right protection with you, get a good cashier. Get your CCTV where it needs to be, because it protects everybody. You know, and spend a bit of money. You know what? It's amazing how much loyalty. Although I've been here only a couple of years, you can build loyalty quite easy. All I hear are stories of where someone's taking, or someone's taking the tips, and the girls are doing that, and the bitching, or they're doing whatever. But actually, if you just talk to people, we are all the same.
Yeah.
We've just got different cultures and the way we do it.
You've done a really good job. I mean, we've been here a few times, and there's a good
cool,
vibe, and the band. Like you said, the bands. They do play good music. They're good singers, and of course, I had a little go.
Oh yeah. Blimey, I've got to pay you for that. I forgot about that. Yeah, you had about 4 or 5 songs.
Back in the day, mate. Back in the day. But you've done really well, and especially in the area that we're in, because Buakhao is a very competitive area. There's a lot of competition. Literally within a stone's throw, you've probably got about 20 places here that are against you. I mean, how have you found dealing with that? What's been your niche where you think, you know what, we've got this right now, and this is where we're going to sit, and this is why we're maintaining and being busy?
One of the things I did is when obviously, Soi Buakhao, for a lot of people, is unknown unless you come on your 2nd or 3rd visit.
Sure, yeah.
Commonly, it's the Soi 6, it's the walking streets, maybe a little of LK Metro, because someone's told you, Sugar or Queen Club or whatever. They told you, you go iRobus for a nice, Sunday steak or whatever. But for me, because the street during COVID, now bear in mind, I've been travelling back here during the whole COVID situation. So I've done 4 14-day quarantines in Bangkok. I've done 2 sandboxes. We're now in Phuket. I've done a couple of the... Yeah, I know. Madness, innit? Put a treadmill in the room. It didn't do me any good. Got the Xbox and then just do
What's your best game? What's your best game now?
Call of Duty, really.
Oh, it's a great game. What fantastic
I know
game.
it is, but the internet wasn't that good in the Hilton where I was. Anyway, another story. But when you walk up and down Soi Buakhao during the lockdown, when places were open, this was the only place really that was happening. So I kept my eye on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could have gone to somebody and bought a bar then, but we all didn't know when the government was going to allow it to reopen.
Absolutely.
So obviously when that time comes, the prices go up a little bit, but you know what, you save on the rent. And don't forget, you're buying an asset here. You might pump all that multi-million in or whatever it is you pay, but you're buying an asset that can be resold as long as you build the brand up to some degree. And you can show the books and you go, look, this is what we're taking every night. And ultimately, that's what a lot of people do here. For Soi Buakhao, there's so much choice. And obviously with the live band bars, what I really liked is Climax is due to open on the 29th. Been dying for that to open, because they're the same owners as far as known as Rock Factory, 2 German guys, and that's been buzzing. Great place. And obviously, good buzzing, get it?
Nice little plug.
And then you got the corner, the Triangle Bar with Steve and the guys.
Yes.
And then you got Billabong.
Yes.
I mean, in all fairness, Billabong's been quite quiet. So I mean, in a way, having Climax reopen and us, and then obviously Rock Factory, you've got a choice.
So where you are right now in terms of the bar, I mean, are you happy with everything? I mean, obviously when you first came, you must have had an expectation. This is what I think is going to happen. This is what's actually happening. In terms of where you sit right now, are you happy with how things are going?
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, considering we're technically, if you take the year as if without any of the history of what's happened, it's technically low season. Well, for us, it's not. We're actually, I mean, walk around yesterday, it was quite quiet, quite a lot of areas. We were okay. And if you're breaking even or making a bit of money during this time, God knows what it's going to be like when you reach the October and the November time.
Yeah, I can't
so
wait.
for us, I mean, I have got high expectations because of the industry I'm in. But ultimately, you've got to adapt, and that's something that taught me when I moved to the Middle East. It's inshallah, which is ultimately, God willing, in time. Whenever it happens, it'll happen. Mañana.
Yeah, mañana.
It's the same thing.
I grew up with that saying.
Oh, exactly. And it's like, it'll happen. Well, here it's a little bit, as long as you've got a consequence, should I say. If it's like, look, we need it by then, or there's a consequence. And consequence could be monetized. And if you penalise, then people listen more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I find that a lot with the Thai culture is no one wants to lose money. And 200-300 baht there could be someone's daily salary. So if you cut someone for whatever reason, then So I am very happy, but you've got to be compromising. And we'll talk about it at the end. There's certain things you have to adapt to the market. It doesn't mean you have to accept it.
Would you do it all again?
Yep.
Would you?
Yeah. So
That's
we are
a
looking.
nanosecond.
I've been looking. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of guys here that have got a lot of JVs, and there's a lot of people here who have got their own as well. I mean, like Steve, spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. He's got quite a few places, and actually, if you've got it right, there's a lot of money to be made because you're offering value to the customer. And if you're offering value, and we've got rid of all of that bill padding and trying to con people, all that's gone. And if anything, the previous 2 years has cleared a lot of that out because those that don't have the cash flow or the business sense have not been able to hang on, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand.
And they've had to go back home, or they've had to adapt and do something else. So for me, there's opportunity everywhere. I mean, some of the prices now being quoted are extortionate. You really haven't got a chance to resell it at that price.
You're in. You're in.
You're in. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have to go back to London. I go back next week for 3 days and then come back. And eventually I will be. I mean, I'm 43 years of age. I look about 60, I know. I've had a hard
You said
paper
that,
round.
not me. What do you mean? I had the Sunday supplements. You're all right.
The Sunday
In Mayfair, you must have been giving it like, oh, nice little ones. I had these big Sunday supplements. I mean, aside from the bar side, I mean, how do you relax?
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. I mean, we live like over the other way between here and John Gem, sort of passing that hill.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I overlook
nice.
Koh Larn.
Nice,
We've
yeah.
got like one of the high-rise condos. For us, we travel quite a bit. During COVID, we travelled. We did the Chiang Mai, we did the Chiang Rai,
nice.
Chiang Khan, which was beautiful, Nan. We did Otodon, all down the Mekong, Phuket's again. We did all that sort of travelling and all on a motorbike. You fly in, get a motorbike.
Fair play, mate.
I mean, going into Chiang Rai and then going up into the mountains, when we knew we had an early flight coming back, it was a 4 a.m. start. We stayed in one of those sort of, the big sort of like tents that they have on top of the hill. And we got there quite late and got the sunset. And then 4 a.m. we're straight on the motorbike. And all I'm thinking coming down the hill is like some tiger's going to come out and get me or something. You know what I mean? I've got no chance on a 125. I mean, we try and do Koh Summit. I do listen to a lot of the YouTubers where people have been. You know, we've done Koh Lang quite a few times, and it's great to go there for a couple of days. But I think once you've done it and you live here, you need something else.
You need something different.
But because my work takes me back to London or takes me via Dubai most of the time, and I've still got friends there, and that's my way of relax. I mean, I'm not here every day. I'm not a traditional bar owner either, I'll be honest. I'm not here every day. I don't drink an awful lot. I am bucking the trend, to be honest. And maybe this is the newer way of doing things. But
fair play, mate. Fair
if the customers are happy and the staff are happy, that's
You're happy.
my job, you know?
So we're nearing the end of the interview. We've got a guy on the other side of the world, never been here before. Cast your mind back to when that was you. Never been here before, and he's about to jump on an airplane and come out here. In a short summary, what would you say to him? What would be your advice? Now, if you're watching, son, listen to David. He's going to give you his pearls.
Because I'm quite a newbie, as I say. I'm only a couple of years in, but there was 2 or 3 things I thought about with this. Because obviously I've seen a lot of your interviews.
Yeah, he knows it was coming.
One of the things I thought about was using logic and common sense. Now here, you know, if you've got common sense and logic, you can go a long way.
Okay.
You know, don't be silly. Don't get absolutely trolleyed every night and cause trouble with the boys in brown or the locals. You know, don't be disrespectful. At the end of the day, we are a guest to this country, and you might not get that same treatment back. I understand that. But ultimately, you are a guest to this country. But accept the inalienable truths. You know, inalienable truths of prices are going up, things are going to cost you a bit more money. They will see a Falang and charge you more. We know that with national parks in certain areas. You know, they are things that there's no point moaning. Just enjoy it. Everything is a value add here. I mean, you know, a bottle of beer is barely £2. You go to London. I mean, I was back there and I paid £8.20 in Richmond for a pint. £8.20. You know, but in actual fact, a lot of prices haven't
quid
gone
in
up.
Mayfair.
Oh well,
He's
Qatar.
made about £8.20.
In Qatar, by the way, if you're going to the World Cup, it's 18 quid a pint. So yeah.
And on that note, don't go to Qatar. Come here to Pattaya. Get in here in Mayfairs. Well, come and say hello to David. Trust me, it's a lot cheaper, and you'll probably have just as much, if not more, fun. My man, it's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you so much indeed for your time, my man.
Pleasure. Really appreciate your time. Yeah, thank you very much.
Guys, listen, have a look on the map that I put at the front there. Come down in the middle of Soi Buakhao. We're right next door to Soi LK Metro. If you're not sure where to find, literally, if you're looking into LK Metro, look to your right about 3 o'clock, and you'll see where we are here. Come in. You know they've got a live band, they've got good music. Got a lot of girls here that will keep you occupied and make sure your beers are topped up and they're nice and cold. And as David said, they'll get it from the fridge to you in a nanosecond. All right, that's it from us. Thank you very much. Guys, have a look in the description. I'll put a link down there for David's Facebook page and all the information here about Mayfairs. Come in. It really is a great place. You are definitely in for a good time. That's it from us, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link in the description below. And if you haven't already, guys, please check out Discord. I'm going to get your man here on Discord. He'll be pumping in all his pictures, updates, all the things that are going. So have a look in Discord. It's completely free. And if you haven't already, guys, please hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video, check out the bell icon. All right, that's it from us. Thank you very much for watching. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.